All right, we live.
Good
Peace,
evening,
chaos.
America. Yep, it's the Dark Magic Dragon coming to you live on Saturday night.
You want to go into the mantra right quick?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, here we go. Through the power, force, might, and will of the great nothingness of infinite beingness, of infinite, endless, limitless light, from which comes the absolute all that was, all that is, and all that is being and becoming realized into physical realization, actualization, and form as we all now will and commanded to be, is now being and becoming an active force of higher consciousness and an active force of infinite intelligence within us all. Now, being and becoming the great primordial Typhonian dragon, serpent, indigo, kundalini flame, whirling and ascending up our spine from our root chakra to our central heart chakra, on up to our royal crown chakra, igniting our royal crown chakra, illuminating our first eye, the Lord Amenel Dragra, our hidden priestly grandmaster magi, dragon, god, sign, king, and queen, igniting all of the 72 chakras in our first eye, our 72 primordial dragon god son kings and queens, and all of the legions of 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 armies 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 of armies, willing all of the powers, all of the forces, all of the elements, all of the essences, all of the dark matter and dark energy within the absolute all, into being and becoming all of our will servants, serving all of our will's objectives, intentions, and desires, crystallizing them all into physical realization, actualization, and form as we all now will and commanded to be. Now, being and becoming an active force of unstoppable energy, helping us all now by bringing all out war, judgment, death, and destruction upon all of the corrupted, multidimensional, negative, archonic energies and their white supremacy, European, American, imperialistic, global elite, counterfeit spirits running the surface of the earth with all of their technology directed against us and our well-being in order to kill, murder, corrupt, and degenerate us, taking us all off of our true evolutionary path and cycle to forever enslave us deeper and deeper into their artificial reality construct in the name of their God and master, the demiurge, as we are now all able of pulling down unlimited supernal energy from right out of the nothingness into our reality, manifesting it here as an all-consuming flame that no force can stand up to, burning away all of the multi-dimensional archonic demiurge energies by raising the vibratory rate so high, making all of the archonic demiurge energies too sick to even fight us, as our energy is completely consuming away all of the archonic demiurge energies directed against us, clearing the way to our true evolutionary path, using our first eye, the hidden grandmaster magi, to open up a supermassive black hole, now sucking in all of the archonic demiurge energies back into the primordial nothingness to be regenerated into something else more universally constructive, as we are now all free to ascend back up to conscious unity through the power, force, and might, will of the great nothingness of infinite beingness, of infinite, endless, limitless, invisible light, from which comes the absolute all that was, all that is, and all that is being and becoming realized into physical realization, actualization, and form, as we are now willing commanded to be unto the entire omniverse, earth, and physical and spiritual matrix and heavenlies, from beyond the entire omniverse, earth, and physical and spiritual matrix and heavenlies, now completely taken over and consciously judging and destroying the entire omniverse, earth, and physical and spiritual matrix and heavenlies, being and becoming the absolute all that was, all that is, and all that is being and becoming through me as I in action now, being and become realized as we are now willing commanded to be. Abracadabra.
Presto change.
Yep, presto changeo.
Yeah.
Need that energy now. Ooh, yeah.
I mean, everything can be manifested instantly now, and it's the word instant. When I use the word instant,
Hmm.
we have to redefine what instant means from a multidimensional perspective, right?
Yeah.
Not just a three
Hmm.
dimensional. Because people might think, oh, instantly it might appear in your face. No,
No.
what I mean by instantly is that the what I mean by instantly that it's happening, but it's just not visible in a physical manifestation crystallization sense.
Hmm.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
it's happening
It's
on the
happening.
on the emotional planes, and then trickling down
Right.
and and eventually manifesting in some form or another.
It's happening where it matters.
Yeah, happening where it mattered. The energy is there and
Right.
it's presenting itself. And the fact that things are getting worse and worse and worse means uh, the, we're we're doing our job.
Right. I mean, like I said, for the system, for the world, it's getting worse. For humanity, and that's another thing that I want to get into today is that humanity deserve what they're gonna get. They deserve it. Let's just be real about it. Whatever
Well,
judgment
this is just a natural cycle of evolution. You have the boom, expansion, the contraction and ending, and then it booms and expands and contracts over again. But
well, the thing about it is, this is we supposed to be down here fine tuning ourselves, mastering
yeah,
ourselves,
yeah,
and then
and
what I'm seeing is all of there is a lot of background in
mhm.
the cosmic scheme of things. There's a lot of background noise. There's a lot of
Hmm.
background uh, distraction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the
Hmm.
thing about it is that's the chaos that was manifested from the chaos. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be the thing about it is what's happening right now is the balance. That is the judgment day. Because you know the scale of Ma'at is symbolic to judgment day, justice, and all that stuff, right?
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
when the balance is coming, what's bringing forth this judgment because out of balance, out of whack. You know what I'm
You
saying?
way out of whack. It's too many people on the planet. It's too much pollution, mental pollution, spiritual pollution. I mean, physical pollution, emotional pollution. We reached our zenith.
Right. And it's like what I mean by humanity deserves what they get is that we have conducted ourselves in a way that's unnecessary. A lot of stuff that we're conducting in our societies is like it's only a form of weakness and amongst us and shit. It's like a spirit amongst us that keeping us on this low vibration, bro. And
Oh,
that's
it's
it's
busy, man. It
yeah.
is busy.
And
I mean,
is of course now we're it to me it's the true colors are being shown. The veil is being lifted. See, all of these concepts are just this explaining what's happening, which is the realization. Humanity as a whole is going to realize, regardless if they're ready for it or not. Because I'm seeing a lot of people resisting. I'm seeing a lot of people kind of resisting this change that's happening, this new cycle. They're resisting it.
well, yeah, okay. I believe that the stakes are going to get higher, and a lot of people are going to be leaving the planet real soon be, because of the changes that are happening and the things that are out there. that are affecting the sun, that is affecting us. And I think it's all spiritual, and it's there to usher in the cleansing of this paradigm.
There's no coincidence that I adopted as a spiritual guidance, the goddess Ma'at,
Mm-hmm.
Stern Ma'at, right? And
Yeah.
that was literally based on recognizing the principle of Ma'at and what it represents. So I was conscious of why I incorporated that in my title,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because at the end of the day, I've noticed that I've always been kind of a person who was neutral, who never really, not necessarily took sides, but was able to see the nuances of a situation. Actually, you know what I'm saying? Not be on both two extremes.
You can see both sides of the coin. You know
Right,
that there's always two sides to everything.
right.
Yeah.
So
And
in seeing that, right, now I see it. That is the judgment day, that balance coming back, because I see a
mm-hmm.
lot of people who really are not balanced within. They're not balanced within themselves.
Well, a lot of people are just ran by the narrative that's being presented to them. And so they have this artificial construct that's been built for them by the media and the powers that be. And so they're functioning within that paradigm, and they see the world within that paradigm. And if you bring enlighten them to something outside of that, it's very challenging.
Right. I mean, that's why I stopped attempting to enlighten people and just be the light. Because I'm hard. It's hard for me to do it too, because I always want to be telling people on the mountaintop, screaming at the mountaintop, bringing the
Mm-hmm.
good news type person, and it just don't work. It doesn't
No,
work. That's the
no.
wrong energy. We're not in that energy right now.
At this time, yeah, I think we're past that. I think at this time it's about manifesting. It's about doing the spiritual work to bring this shit on, to bring the judgment on.
Let me do something right quick and see if my screen is sharing. Tell me if my screen is sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see this video right here?
What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What is it?
Let's
Look
check it
like
out.
water. Huh?
Check it
Chaos.
out. Let's check it out.
Oh, okay.
So here I am looking at Antarctica and
South
Argentina.
America.
And in the midst of it, what appears to be a giant snakehead, giant dragon head. I'm looking at this thing and I'm thinking, is my mind playing tricks on me really? But then I look down at the bottom and those row of little dots there. Is that a snout?
Okay. So that's one video I want to bring you. That literally looks like a dragon on the landscape right there.
You want to see a dragon? Okay, I'll send you a link to something. I may have already sent you this link, that Planet X link. You should check out the jet stream. Let me send you this, and I'll cue this.
Turn it down.
Yeah, I turned it down. Yeah, that was me. I turned it down. They're just showing all these goddamn commercials. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Let me send you this link. You got to, and I'll show how to cue it. Oh, okay.
Another video.
Okay, you should be getting a link from me. And when you get it, I'm going to show you where to cue it. Yeah, cue it to 34 minutes and 52 seconds. It was funny. I was watching a documentary about Admiral Byrd and their expedition to the South Pole. Man, that was a hell of an undertaking there. One hell of an undertaking.
I'm looking for this video right here. Keep talking. I'm looking for a video right now. You can keep talking.
Okay. Well, did you see that video I sent you about the destruction in South Africa on Monday? That the flood. Did you know that South Africa got hit by this? Flood from hell. Hundreds of people died.
No.
And the jet stream is completely all whacked out, man. This jet stream looks crazy. It is completely whacked out. And the most effed up part about it is that this jet stream is never going back to normal in our lifetime. And that's that reassures the end of this place. Definitely. That definitely reassures the end of this civilization. Because as long as this jet stream continues to stay out of whack, the southern hemisphere and the northern hemisphere is going to get hit with some of the most severe weather ever recorded in history. The type of weather that just takes that's just unrealistic.
Yeah, this is a video I want to show too, but this is not the one I really want to show. But this is one of the ones.
Surprised that not only did they not focus on farm runoff, but they also didn't mention any campaigns.
This is from a video, a documentary called Cowspiracy. Cowspiracy.
Oh. What spiracy?
Cowspiracy. Like
Cows?
C-O-W. Yeah,
oh.
Cow. Right.
Oh, okay.
It's all about how man's selfish desires has totally destroyed the environment and totally destroyed. We want to blame industry, right? But they're only supplying the demands.
Yeah.
They're only supplying the demands, but they programmed us to be consumers as such, but we still have a accountability and responsibility in this too. But
yes, we do.
About how our oceans are in near collapse. The UN reported that 3/4 of the world's fisheries are overexploited, fully exploited, or significantly depleted due to overfishing.
The oceans are under siege like never before, and marine environments are in trouble. And if we're not waiting to do something about it, we're going to see fishless oceans by the year 2048. That's the prediction from scientists.
The fact that when people look at fishing, sometimes they're only looking at the fact of the animals who are actually consumed by humans, and we're not necessarily looking at all the animals who are caught in the drift nets, all the other animals who are killed in the industry. And when you look at even the shrimping industry, has done a lot to devastate the planet as well in terms of breaking down natural barriers that we have to protect them.
Right. And I showed this to a couple of people, man. They basically like, fuck those fish. Yeah, I said I got to have my fish every Friday. That's what they said.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, but that's exactly why humanity deserves what it's gonna get. That's where our heart is right now. That's where we at right now. Like, fuck everything. We just need, long as our lower soul desires are fulfilled, fuck everything.
Yeah. Yeah, we can really pay for that.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. Thank you. And the thing about it is, people so hung up that I done talk to people when they be like, I was like, keep that same energy when this shit hit the fucking fan. Cause y'all so comfortable, so assured of yourself, so confident in your ignorance. Keep that same energy.
Yeah.
Keep that
Yeah.
same energy.
You get that link that I sent you?
I just got it.
Okay.
You email it?
No, I texted to you.
You have to email it. I don't know.
Have to email it. Well, just type in this. Just type in Planet X News, and it'll take you to their front page, and click on South Africa rain total leads to flooding. Well, let me let you get there first.
Is it on YouTube?
Yes, Planet X News. No, space. Okay. Okay, go to South Africa. No, scroll down. Scroll down. No, I'm not that. I don't want that one. Scroll down. Click on. Okay, stop. Click on that one. The one where it's South Africa. The first one to the. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, and then when it comes on, you can cue it.
Yeah, that's why I be having mine queued already, bro. You gotta make an effort and go ahead and cue it, man.
Yeah, you can cue it to 3452. You can check out this jet stream right there. Okay. Look. Yeah.
Nowhere near normal. And in our lifetime, it's never going to go back to normal.
Okay, thank you. Good.
So
these people are worried about it, and this is a good thing.
Yeah.
This is a very good thing.
This is, yeah.
And we have to learn about it.
And let me see what else.
He's talking about we should learn about it. We should educate ourselves. Do what? Nothing. Y'all can pull y'all forces all together. All of humanity can one time, which is never going to happen because y'all so divided amongst each other. Y'all so hateful amongst each other that y'all never come together. He's all learn about it. To do what? Y'all gonna just come together and this shit gonna happen anyway. Stop.
It's too late for that. It's too late for that. Now cue it to 54 minutes. I mean 45 minutes. 45 minutes. Check out this big ass hole in the sun, dude. This thing is spitting all kind of shit out, all kind of radiation coming right at us. but that's being influenced by those spheres.
I think a lot of what they've told us about radiation is not true. I think it probably is applied to them. A lot of the stuff that they're worried about, it really don't apply to us. We got melanin.
Oh yeah. It don't apply. Yeah, what's scary for them is not scary for us unless you're living in their paradigm. But this is going to get worse and worse and worse for the rest of our life.
Surface of the Earth travel far into the mantle to the core, and they heat the core up, therefore causing internal pressure, which causes massive earthquakes. So, science debate has been on that for years. Then all of a sudden, after they kicked me in the teeth and pushed me aside, science came out and agreed. So, anywho, this is where we're at. So now we're sticking down the barrel of that monster that you see right here.
Right.
And, sometimes they will just close up, then they won't cause any problems whatsoever. And this one looks to be just kind of percolating. And
it does look like a beast.
Loop.
Huh? Yeah.
Like a
You can fit hundreds of Earths in there.
Right here,
thousands of Earths in there.
Here in the center, as this replays, and you'll see, just watch right in that section, and you'll see what happens, and you'll see those two
Watch this explosion.
Very, very long, and that was directed straight towards the Earth. Now, nothing to be afraid of, nothing to be scared of, but as time goes on, those large filament releases will get bigger, and they will get more powerful, and yes, they will have no problem reaching the Earth. Now, throughout history, we've kind of really never had a problem with this, but there are...
Now, Delaware Blair had a theory that the sun is not hot, meaning what we're feeling as heat is nothing more than the rays of the sun going through space till it hits us, and that friction is what we're feeling.
Well, it looked like this thing, that exploding plasma that be coming off the sun, looks pretty hot to me. I don't think that shit is cold.
I think it's when you orientate it, because a lot of our thoughts are orientated to the science that's been given to us. So I think a lot of that.
It's like a sea of plasma. It's like jumping in.
If we say it's hot, then it's hot. If we say it's cold, then it's cold. I think that plays a part of it.
Well, I think compared to human flesh, is hot. But spiritually, I believe the sun. To me, the sun is the chakra. It's like a chakra. It's a giant chakra.
But that's what I'm saying. Even the physical flesh is nothing more than an energy field itself. So,
yeah,
if you burn it away, it only resorts back to another state. It doesn't destroy it. It doesn't get rid of it. It refers back to another state. But the energy that it represents, like the aura, all that still persists. So my thing is, I think we've totally been orientated wrong about physics. We've been orientated wrong about physics, and now everything is being revealed to where we can't be sure about anything we've been taught about physics. And
exactly.
you got to consider the fact that whatever in our mind is going to play out in reality. It's not the other way around.
I agree with you on that.
It's not that physical reality is dictating what we're perceiving. What we're perceiving is dictating physical reality.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the other way around.
Yeah. Someone asked me
a lot of stuff that's like we've been told and it's not correct, bro. And I'm gonna look. I got another video I'm about to show too. That's
okay. All right, go ahead.
We go then.
We're done with this. We're done with that one.
Yeah, this one right here. Watch this right here. Because you know, all I do is share all these different ideas that's permeating the
community. Click on her.
Yeah, permeate through the community. Oh yeah, that's she a thick one.
Yeah, what you be looking at?
Okay, let's see. All on my page, bro. Every video. Some next level shit. Look, watch this shit right here. Watch this shit.
What's that, a crystal?
Man, I don't know. Everything, a lot of stuff is.
Shit's reacting to the pressure he was putting on it from his finger.
Like a lot of stuff that we've been taught is being debunked. A lot of stuff we've been taught. Watch this video.
Maybe you guys already knew this, but I did not. This is news to me, and it totally tripped me out. So we got George Bush and Stanley Armour Dunman. Okay, they are cousins. The reason this is so weird is because Stanley is also Barack Obama's paternal grandfather. Yes, he raised Barack Obama. They are related. He's also the cousin of George Bush. He has been related to 6 sitting presidents of the United States.
Now, this is old news, but wait to the end. Watch.
His cousins include James Madison, Harry Truman, Lyndon B. Johnson, Jimmy Carter, George H.W. Bush, and George W. Bush. Through common ancestor Maureen Duval, a wealthy merchant who had migrated from Maryland in the 1650s, Stanley Dunman is related to former Vice President Dick Cheney as well. Here's Barack Obama with Stanley and his wife. It makes perfect sense of why Michelle Obama and George Bush were so close. Like they legit act like they're husband and a wife or like related. The way they're constantly hugging and kissing, and it's just weird. And here we are again. Bill Clinton, George Bush, Hillary Clinton, Obama, Michelle Obama, and who's that? Melania Trump. You guys are not even going to believe the stuff I found out about Trump. I'm still having a hard time with it, but I'll make that one next.
Oh, that was I gotta watch the next. You gotta watch the next video. Hold on.
Okay.
Like she got a series of this shit. Okay. Let's see. All of a sudden, my videos don't want to pop up now. Look. All of a
sudden. They be popping up all day until you need them.
Look. There's another one on here. Hold on. This is one about the firmament. They obsessed with the firmament.
With the what?
The firmament. They
Oh, the
people
firmament.
yeah, they about said they like the flat Earth and all that. To me, I
The
look at
water.
it as it's multidimensional, man. Whatever, like
Yeah.
I'm saying, we can literally with our minds, you know what I'm saying, break down physical reality is what we want it to be. Period. End of discussion.
Yeah. Someone asked me, do I believe the earth is flat around? I told them I have no clue, but I think it's possible that we might exist on both at the same time.
Check this out. Check this out.
I got a question. So we know time not real, right? We can agree to time not being real. Is that correct? Tell me how right now in Ethiopia and in different countries, it's a whole nother year from the year it is right now in the United States. Please make that shit make sense. Abracadabra, here we go with this shit again. Now, we already knew that it's Ethiopia is 2014, but in the United States, it's 2022. And you can check the calendar of other countries.
I mean, that's old news, but I'm just loving how people are really discovering this shit, man. Like,
oh yeah,
they're waking up. They really waking the fuck up, bro.
yeah,
I mean,
they are.
To those who've been studying, this is old news, but it's like, to me, it's like they finally waking the fuck up.
Yeah, because it's time now. Shit, it's time.
That was a good one too. If you ever watched the movie, it was the movie. What was the name of that movie? It was a series of the movie, Unbroken, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was Unbroken. Was another one in the middle of it, and Split, and it was a series of video that talked about. They was esoteric video that talked about the mind, the power of the mind. Samuel L. Jackson in this character, he played a superhero. He thought he was a superhero. Listen to me. This shit was dope, bro. You gotta go watch it. What's the name of that fucking movie?
Oh, Unbreakable.
Unbreakable was the first one with Bruce Willis.
Okay.
That's the first one. It was Split. It was Bruce Willis, the one with Bruce Willis, and then was the one with Split called Split. I can't think of the one in the middle though.
Oh, damn. So it was a 3-movie series, huh?
Yes.
Oh, a trilogy.
Yeah. This shit was dope as fuck, man. Y'all gotta go peep that movie out because they were all being labeled as crazy, right? Because they all had some miracle experiences that they had experienced and shit, right? And they had started believing. See, they had got to a point where they started doing the magic because they had convinced their subconscious that they were superheroes, and they was, oh my god, he was bending steel. He was, oh boy, and Bruce Willis' character, he was in a car crash. He was the only one who survived. You know what I'm saying? So all of this just convinced them to start doing the magic stuff. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, to start doing the magic, because this world is trying to convince you that you're vulnerable and your physical body, and you gotta protect your physical. The ego comes in because the first thing the ego do is try to protect the human body, right? But there's a threshold beyond that where you can defy the nature of reality, man. You can defy it.
There's a lot of shit we can do that's been dormant that's coming online now.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I be laying up here thinking on that shit all day, all night, man. On how to just completely dictate this reality.
They got us in fear status because fear automatically puts your energy on such a low level that you can't even do things with your magic. Because the magic actually needs your energy to actually manifest as whatever it needs to do.
But actually, that can work against them because the fear can also push you to the magic, to use the magic to respond back to them.
Well, fear. Don't. That's what I say. You cannot do magic with fear, bro.
Yeah, you can't do anything based off fear based. No.
Do nothing with fear, bro, because that's why they keep us in a fear state. You know what I'm saying? They keep us in a fear state because they know if we were confident, if we just was orientated to our true abilities, right? We were literally orientated like
they couldn't stop us, man.
We already know that a lot of these abilities that we look at as pseudoscience, and we look at as pseudoscience, we look at it as science fiction or whatever.
Yeah,
we know these things are possible. Why? Because where did the original template for the things that we're creating as technology come from? It came from where it's natural. It came from nature. Like a telephone is just a result, or
it's the telepathy. It's artificial telepathy.
The remnants of an artificial telepathy. You're right. Thank you for bringing that out. You're right. It's artificial telepathy. So if it has the origins of a phone is the original ability to be able to talk to each other with our minds.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's so, and we know it to be so because our ancestors believed, right? This is what the whole ley line system of the planet was set up to. The whole planet was set up on these principles, man.
Yeah,
right?
because
everywhere.
Yeah, because we had a spiritual origin. We descended from spiritual beginning.
Listen, the one thing people do not never talk about when it comes to pyramids, right, is how it actually controls an electrical grid that's not it's not an artificial electrical grid. It's a natural electrical grid, right? And the pyramid system is set up in a way that harmonizes this frequency. It harmonizes this frequency and it tunes it. It's like a tuning fork, and it can tune us, like it can literally tune us higher to higher frequencies and to lower frequencies at will. Right? It's literally a tuning, and this is exactly why they're tuning it into. They're literally fucking with that tuning fork right now. Right? That's why they tuning us into a certain frequency to where we're not actually seeing all of reality. Now I'm looking for this video. Hold up. Watch this shit right here, bro. Okay. Is this it? Is this it? No, this is it. Hold up. Let's see. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Hold up. Watch this. Watch this. I'm about to show you that tuning, how they tune in the fork right now, where they got us vibrating at a certain level, is not allowing us to see everything going on right now.
It's filtering everything else out.
Right. Watch this.
And only allows what they want to enter.
Oh, this is a good one too. Good.
So William Siemens climbed to the top of the Giza pyramid in the late 1800s.
You can understand it.
Upon reaching the summit, one of his guides remarked that when he raised his hand with his fingers spread, his ears picked up a shrill ringing noise of frequency.
So see this shit?
Oh, I got something in my head. Back off.
You see this shit?
I missed that. When?
Hold the fuck. Watch this shit.
Sir William Siemens.
Watch this shit.
Climbed to the top of the Giza pyramid in the late 1800s. Upon reaching the summit, one of his guides remarked that when he raised his hand with his fingers spread, his ears picked up a shrill ringing noise of frequency.
See this shit?
I like how it feels somebody.
Oh, I saw that light come from his head.
No, you see how he's feeling the vibration of the frequency at the top of the pyramid.
Oh,
At the top. Well, he's not at the top of the pyramid. He's at the top of a mountain right now. But it's the same. It's the same dynamics that they're trying to create with the pyramid. You know what I'm saying? But they're trying to create it in a certain area because we got to realize how the frequency works. It's a wave, right? It's like a pyramid. So when you top of the apex of the frequency is at the top of the pyramid and at the top of the mountains. So we're just witnessing the low vibrational frequencies. This is why they keep us at a certain level of the landmass being at a certain level. Like they saying we're below sea level.
Yeah, they keep us vibrating on a frequency that doesn't pick up higher vibration.
The vibrations that we need to be picking up are like on. You can go at the top of a mountain and pick them up.
Okay.
You can tune in if you go at the top of the mountain because like I said, the frequency goes like a up and down spiral, like a up and down.
Sin waves. Waves. You know what sin waves are.
Hold up, this is another video that I got to see. Show. What the freak is this shit at? Go ahead and talk while I'm Go ahead and talk while I'm looking for this right quick.
Well, man, I can't remember all the shit I had on my mind before the podcast. Oh.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, man, did you hear Russia shot down a Ukrainian cargo plane full of arms that they got from the U.S.?
Right.
Yeah, according to Russia, Russia just claimed that this is World War III, baby.
My computer's so hacked up. Dang. I swear I want to find this video right quick. I'm gonna find it though. It's a video. It's showing you how things are just right now. The frequency is intensifying so much that we have no other choice but to tune into it now. I mean, we can't. The more they're trying to tune it to the matrix, we're tuning into this new energy that's coming in. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to tune it out though. They're conducting all type of experiments right now, bro. People don't realize that chemtrails, 5G, and chemtrail 5G allegedly, chemtrail, 5G, and the pokey are all connected. It's what we
tell me about
it. It's what we refer to as the cloud, the internet of all things. It's called the internet of all things. Go study that. They are really on a mission right now because they know what's happening. They know that this stuff is about to change dramatically, and they have to do as much as they possibly can to bring as many souls with back down to a lower vibration. You know
they need slaves. See what they're attempting to do is to survive this cataclysm that's coming, that we're in now. They're going to figure out a way to survive it, and they want and they want to set people.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
And they want to set a certain people in a certain areas. Like, for instance, why do you think they're letting all those people in here from over the border? Why do you think they're letting all those people in? There's a reason why they're doing that, man. They're doing that. I think, well, some people think they're doing that because there's a good chance Mexico might not be around very long. Mexico could be underwater real soon with what's coming. And when when we do get hit with the CME and the entire electric grid is taken out, it's going to take 10 years to build that back up, to get that going again. And they're going to need workers and slaves to do that. However, I don't think they're ever going to get that thing back up, because once it's out, it's out. Because whatever this thing that's orbiting the sun is going to continue to orbit the sun as the grand maximum, the grand solar maximum. As it peaks and it starts coming down and going into the grand solar minimum, it's not going to matter as long as that spirit's around the sun. It's going to be affecting the sun no matter what. It's going to be active no matter what. So it's going to be active. If that thing's here for the next 20 years, it's going to be shit. There ain't going to be nothing on the planet after that. The jet stream, everything's going to be so out of.
Just like the sun is intensifying, that fire within you is intensifying.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
So it's the same fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm a replica. Well, shit. I don't know. I think the world is a replica of what's inside of me. But from the way I see it, things are going to change so rapidly until in the power elite, one day they're going to come to the realization that things are beyond their control too. It's going to get beyond their control to the point to where they're not going to have no control over what's happening.
Well, I think they've been past seeing that realization. So I don't think they're egotistical and arrogant enough to realize that they know that this is way bigger than them. If they are a non-factor in the whole scheme of things.
Yeah, but they will try to make us believe that they are. They're going to try to seem that way.
We did a good job, because a lot of people saying the same thing you be saying all the time, like, oh, they're gonna do this. Fuck what they do. What we doing? You know what I'm saying? We paying attention to them, and that's where their energy is coming from. But we paying attention to their ass.
Oh, well, it's about what we do. It's all about what we do. Right. But at the same token, you still know your enemy too.
Pay attention to Russia and making us pay attention to the corona of the earth, the sun. Corona is expanding, and that has
that right there you want to pay attention to, because that's letting you know that this shit is over. This shit is what's happening out there is happening inside of us.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Why would I pay attention to myself? Like, I'm paying attention to myself. Like, I'm already paying attention to myself.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
that's a wake up for other people.
At this level of consciousness, bro, it's like all of the ideas we've been given, I don't see them as the same as they used to be. And people, this is the argument people will tell you, like, right? Because they're giving all the energy to the physical existence, their physical existence. They will say stuff like, well, if you still are acceptable to the physical body and all it. And I'm like, not necessarily. The physical body is acceptable to it, but when you saying what I am on the essence is acceptable. No,
You know they're
you know what
not
I'm saying.
talking about that. You know they ain't
So,
talking about that.
but what I'm saying, whatever they're focused on though, is what
Yeah,
they're going to get. Like
but that's all they know.
if you're saying that the physical reality is the end all be all, then it is the end all be all for you.
Well, you know that's not true. Even if they believe that, it still ain't true because it's just not true.
I mean, for them it is. For them it is. You're right. I mean,
But they're gonna learn. But they're gonna
dictate
learn
reality.
differently. They're gonna
No, you're
learn
right.
differently.
They
They're
will
gonna,
eventually. But guess
life.
what? Until look, this is the thing about how stubborn that reality actually is, right? Until they come to the realization within themselves that they're creating their reality, they're going to continue to create that reality.
Yeah, well, they'll be continuing to come back. Well, then, hey, that's on them. They're just backdrops, man. They're just
They really
backdrops.
are. I mean, at the end, but the backdrops are very. You can really learn a lot from the backdrop. You can learn a
Yeah.
lot from their case studies, right? Because you know what not to do from looking at the backdrops.
Well, I think we kind of know. Well, you're not going to know what not to do until you're challenged, because you really don't know what to do almost really until, especially when you're challenged, especially
I
when the
mean,
shit just hit you.
in those situations, right? What happens
Yeah.
is in the situations where all the talking is out the door, it's really action at the point. It's like, and it's beyond action too. It's like a sense of
It's not just action.
intuitive.
It's taking the right action. It's knowing what action to take and what action not to take.
When the time comes, bro, it's intuitive. You're gonna know exactly what to do. You're gonna know exactly what to do, bro. Period.
Oh, well, then yeah, then the question is, are you going to have the balls to follow through with it?
That's the thing. There it is, right there.
Yeah, having the
Everything
balls
is
to follow
already.
through.
Everything has already been. You've already set yourself up for success.
Yeah, but
And
now it's
let me finish. You already set yourself up for success, but guess what? You already
what?
set yourself up for failure too.
In what aspect?
Potentialities. And
Oh,
whatever potentialities you manifest in your life, at the
well,
moment, it is really not, because the past, the past, the present, and the future only exist in your mind.
yeah, they're really not complete or permanent or
They're constructs of the mind. We will be we don't want to give in to how much this is being generated literally from our mind, spirit, and soul right now.
well, you're going to
Literally
have to come to
generating this
terms with
whole
that.
reality from what essence, what's essential, what's has been there for infinity. Right?
Well,
Which
see,
is
you
our
see,
soul.
okay, yeah, well, but see, here's the thing. In the all, within the all, you can have many, many, many different eternities. Okay, this omniverse is just one of the eternities of the vastness of the all.
All I need is one eternity.
Well,
I don't need, what do you mean multiple eternities? All I need is one. All
I
my
mean,
soul is beautiful. That one, and it's already happened.
I mean, even in the Bible, it tells you in my father's house are many mansions. Okay. The multiverse or this man, what they're trying to tell you on the multiverse, in my father's house are many mansions.
Well, yeah, that's speaking on the potentiality. That's speaking on the multi potentiality,
Mm, I
right?
think
Instead
this thing
of
is so.
see, I think this is what I'm saying because we're looking for Oz behind the curtain, right? We're looking for Oz behind the curtain. So, not realizing that we are every aspect of everything, every character in the, even the background. That's why you can't turn every avatar is an aspect of potentiality. So it's not about, it's all about potentiality. It's all about utilizing that field of energy and that
Mm-hmm.
potentiality. That's it's infinite is already there. Infinity is there. You know what I'm saying? But to tap into the multi potentiality of self, right? And that's one of the main things that I'm seeing is
In other
our
words,
journey.
like on Oz, you want to be like what's her name, and figure out where the red ruby
You are
slippers
all
are.
the
Put them
characters.
on. Put on the red ruby slippers and clip them together.
You are every one of those characters. You are the Tin Man. You are the Lion. You are Dorothy. You are Oz. You are the flying monkey. You are
The
the
wicked,
people. You
the
are the
good
wicked
witch,
witch.
the bad witch.
You are the people celebrating. You are the people celebrating after the witchy witch get the wicked witch gets the house dropped on her.
Okay, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I when you study like people, oh my God, people don't get it, and it's crazy how all the gods
Mm-hmm.
were created by humans are souls who were in the human form, and those gods were manifested in a whole nother realm of existence through that
What if the
thought
humans
process.
were those gods before they
They,
became humans?
I wouldn't use the word God though. That's the thing.
Okay, what if the humans were those beings or those
Yes, you
people?
use some other shit, some more order out of chaos entities that you can't describe with words that English language provides. You know what I'm saying? So
I think it's
yes,
deeper than that. I think the Matrix, like I said, the Matrix is an omniverse, an eternity within the all.
I think it's
It's
our playground. Our souls can go in and out of it as it pleases.
well,
As it pleases.
I believe there are many different eternities within the all. And this is just one of them. Okay,
No, no doubt. No, I mean, because you are eternity yourself, so I can
but the
understand that.
all is
We're
beyond
saying the same
eternity.
thing, huh?
The all is beyond the all. I mean, the all. I mean,
It is.
there's no point in the middle. There's no
But
borders.
that's exactly what I'm saying. It embodies what we're the conceptualization of what is forever and what is never going to pass away.
Yeah. So,
What is never going to uh, rust and what I'm saying become some other. it is showing, and everything here is like that too. Nothing is going away. Where is it going?
Well,
Nowhere,
here
except to
here
another
is
state.
within the all. Here right
Right.
here
So
is
I'm just giving more reverence to what you're saying.
oh,
Everything
okay.
here is going to return back to the essence. There is nothing here that's not going to, and
It
this is
never
how you
because
know. This is how you know it's the illusion, and opposed to what's eternal. Because
yeah,
you
it
can burn
really
all this, it will return back to its original state, which is nothingness.
well, it's within the nothingness
The
anyway.
the
It's
original
just a
state of
portal.
all of creation is nothingness. The
Yeah.
original state of all creation is nothingness.
Uh-huh.
That's its original state.
But within that nothingness consists all that was, all that is, and all that ever
Do
will
you
be.
know that? Do you know that mythologically or cosmologically, right? The nothing is equivalent to chaos.
Yeah, I know that triple darkness, space, the nothing, ain't soft door.
Right. It's equivalent. Is near. Well, there's states. These are different states of the same energy, basically.
And some people call it
Chaotic
the
state. When
true
it becomes into
trimaster.
chaotic, it's like, to me, the chaotic state of nothingness is the preamples of creation.
Man, well, I think trying to describe it is pointless. It's something you can't describe, but you can find little points that can come as close as possible to giving you a quick flash of what you're trying to describe.
I think I just described it perfectly. What are you talking about? I said nothingness and chaos are just two different states of the same energy, right?
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And chaos is just the preamples of creation. Because out of chaos comes everything.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Where we know? Okay.
But how does, see, what happens is consciousness. I forgot how they explain it in the cosmology, because in that nothingness state, right, you were beyond consciousness. That's what we're referring to as divine darkness, right? As soon as you come into consciousness, you start literally forming certain things and creating. You can't
That's
help
where you form the
but
I-ness.
create.
You
Can't
form
help but create
I-ness.
when you're on this, when you're in this frequency, this side of the frequency. You're going to create.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's where the I-ness come from. Separation.
Right.
When you become conscious, you have to become conscious that I am separate.
Well, that, yes, that delusion, that illusion of
Yeah. I'm
that
separate
illusion,
from you. Yeah.
right? That
Mm-hmm.
illusion, which is nothing more than a perceptual. It's necessary to distinguish, perceptually, right?
But it is,
Distinguishing matter and perceptual. But
but it is, it is, it's, damn. It's part of the process. So it's part of the process. The
of
I-ness.
self-realization,
Yes.
yes, of self-realization, yes.
Yeah. You got to go
Everything
through all of it.
here, when you start creating, when you remove yourself from the essence, which that's going into the dojo.
Going into the what?
The dojo.
Oh, goddamn fucking motors. I can't hear shit with these motors.
Yeah, going into the dojo.
The
We're in the
dojo?
dojo. Yeah, we're in the dojo.
What's that?
You know, a
Explain.
dojo is where it's a word that they use to where people practice kung fu at.
Practice
In
what?
the dojo. They practice kung fu in the dojo.
Oh, okay. So it's some type of meditation or meditative state.
All of the above. Everything
All-
here was meant. Yeah, everything is here to strengthen your spirit up, like strengthen your soul to levels beyond what it could it had been prior, right? It's like
Mhm.
muscle building up. You building up your soul, you know what I'm saying, to a point where it's able to do things outside of, because there are already souls who've advanced there. If you watched
Yeah.
if you watch Star Trek, right? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear you.
If you watch Star Trek, right? There were a group of beings on Star Trek called the Q.
Oh yeah, I remember Q.
Huh?
I remember Q.
Were you a
Yeah.
Trekkie?
Yeah. Well, sort of, but
Man,
I
I'm a
watched all.
Trekkie. I ain't gonna lie.
You're a Trekkie.
Yeah, I'm a Trekkie. I'm a
Okay.
motherfucking Trekkie. I've been a Trekkie for a while, so I ain't gonna. But the thing about it is, it just there was a group of people. It was a group of beings on the Star Trek called the Q, and
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the type of the scientific term for it, but I think it's called a Type A society, or
Mm-hmm.
a Type B, the Type C, and a Type A society, right? And it's broken
Yeah.
down to where once they've achieved a group a group of beings have achieved interstellar travel, they've reached a class C society, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once they've reached like interdimensional, they've reached class B. This is like how they're breaking it down. As they advance in
Yeah.
their technology, they reach these levels of class of societies, right? And the Q had reached like a class A society, right?
Mm-hmm.
A class 1 society, where now they can basically blink themselves in and out of existence if they want to. They can manifest them a body if they wanted to,
Mm-hmm.
right? And present themselves to humans if they wanted to, or they can just, you know what I'm saying, disappear if they wanted to. They was like, and there are beings out there already like this already. So I'm like, back then as a kid, I was looking at that shit. I was like, so there's beings already who've advanced, who can do shit on higher levels. You know what I'm saying? And some of these beings presented themselves to humans before, right? And this is where the concept of gods, you know what I'm saying, got into the psyche of humans and shit. You know what I'm
Wouldn't
saying?
some of those be our ancestors too?
Yes, they are. Definitely are.
Yeah. Yeah.
They definitely
I
are.
mean, Q, they just only telling you about our ancestors.
Right.
That's just their artificial way of that's just their artificial way of telling our story.
I mean, they can only tell our story. They haven't been on the planet long enough to even have the storylines that they got. Like, come on.
They don't have anything. They only have us.
Right.
Without us, there's no them. So to know about us, just go through them. They'll tell you all about us.
They study us thoroughly.
Yeah. Everything they do is all about it is us. Yeah.
Right. They got all our artifacts in their museums. Why they don't have no artifacts? Nobody even questions that. They try to make it appear as if they're a part of it too. So that's our history. No, what y'all are fucking hybrids.
You're artificial race.
Bloodline.
You something that was created in
Weasel
this
y'all way,
creation.
y'all weasels y'all way into the bloodline some type of way, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Precariously, some type of way.
Mhm.
And
But
people
regardless,
look. There was a documentary I was watching on how the monarchs of England and all the European monarchs, right? How did they end up in the position, right? Do you know
mhm.
it was a tradition of killing the next person who was supposed to be the successor in order for eventually, like, right, listen, why do you see and people question this, right?
Mhm.
Who was ruling Europe? Moors. Go to some of the older coats of arms in Europe, and damn near all of them are Moorish. All of the most important dominant ones were Moorish, right? So, and they were literally called. You type in the black nobility, right?
Mhm.
They're talking about the the people in Europe who claiming Queen Elizabeth, who's claiming royalty in that area, is
Mhm.
because she's related to a Moor.
Mm. Well, Europe is about to become. Europe is about to get fucked up, dude. Europe is about
Okay,
to become. It's going to about to look like World War II, like the
well,
Ukraine looking.
Europe been fucked up for hundreds of years now. But my point my point is all of that is ruled by the Moors too, and they know it. And what happened was, how did they usurp their, because these pale skinned ones, right? These pale skinned ones, they in the bloodline. They weaseled their way in the bloodline some type of way. They where they would come in, and then one of the first things they would do would marry one of the nobles in the tribes, and they
Hmm.
will enter themselves into the bloodline some type of way, right? This is how they
Yeah,
did it.
yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah,
then what happened was they became distantly related to the bloodline, the ruling bloodline. And
hmm.
now what they did was they eliminate all the successors.
And then just assume.
Eventually you have a pale skinned European pale ass motherfucker ruling over there in our where we our ancestors ruled in that area. That's Phoenicia.
Yeah, well,
And
the fact that
all of those European nations are a host of Roman states
hmm.
in Phoenicia. See,
Mm.
this shit goes way further back than what people are ready to connect the dots, and the dots are being connected. This is all part of this end game scenario. How
Yeah,
these dots are being connected now. Like all of a sudden we connecting the dots on this history, and we can overview how damn the circumstances we're facing today is literally based on those old circumstances of the past. Now, the Moorish Empire is a big factor that they're hiding. No one is speaking about the Moorish Empire at all.
no, and
Why?
no, oh man, this how crazy people are. I brought that up to someone, a black person, about you know, um, they asked me about my podcast, and I was explaining that my partner, my friend, he's a Moor. They asked me what's a Moor. I said, well, actually, that's our true nationality. I
Yeah.
don't know nothing about that. I don't claim that. I don't. I don't.
Hey,
I said
listen,
before you say that, you should probably do your research, and then after you do your research, and then you can. I don't need to do no research. I'm already. I already know what I need to know. I'm special.
fine. Guess what? Guess what? He's stating his reality. He's
Yeah,
stating his
I say you. I say you're right. You're right. You're something special.
yeah. Because what happens is these brothers and sisters who have been socially engineered to have an inferior mindset, right? They've been socially engineered
Oh,
to think
definitely.
their ancestors were slaves, right? To
Mm-hmm.
think that that's the history. That's our history right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't look at pyramids all over the planet as our history. We don't look at the fact that every culture on the planet use some of the same spices, and we are responsible for that. We don't look at our history.
They only read one spiritual book, okay, and they only read from one book, for spiritual and for historical guidance too. Spiritual historical guidance,
which is idiotic. My thing is, the Bible was historic in the sense of, in this time period, it was transliterated from one language to another. You can find out a lot about what happened, because you got to go in, because the thing about it is, over time, it took time for them to compose the scheme that they're playing on people right now. It took time.
Yeah,
now,
it took time.
If you're able to go back into the history and understand, you can unravel the whole plot. It's very simple if you just have this which they purposely gave us an attention span of a little child, of a baby, purposely, through social engineering and programming. Because Lord forbid you sit and read a book, right? Like a brother had a joke about that. Like, if you want to punish a kid, you ain't gotta whoop him. Give him a book.
They can read a book.
Like the kid be like, "What? You punishing me?"
Can you just whoop me and I can go outside? Can I just get a whooping and then I can just go back on my tablet?
Like, this is torture right here. You giving me a book? That's
torture.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah, because it takes. I'm using too many minerals in my brain and stuff to.
Wow. And I see how the social engineering is working on these people, because you just get them to critically think for a minute and it hurts them.
Oh man, yeah. If you bring up critical thought in a crowd, especially with family, man, you might as well have farted. Okay, because you just flew everybody.
No. But guess what? We laughing, but it's teaching us something, right? Because it's spiritual. It's not. We thinking it's logical, and they don't get it, and no, it's spiritual. They're not supposed to get it until it's time for them to get it.
Yeah, because right now they're still in their lower chakras.
Right.
Yeah, they haven't reached the heart chakra, and if
I wouldn't even want someone to accelerate my process like that. You feel me? Because I would hate to know what I would be right now if someone gave me a head start or gave me some, you know what I'm saying, some type of boost. No, I had to go through everything that I went through.
Yeah, had to go through everything. Yeah.
We have
I think I kind of like got a little head starts in the beginning, but even though I got those head starts, I had to go through some hard shit.
Right.
And be brought back down to earth and all kind of shit.
That teaches you. Look, when you fall, you get back up. You got the strength to get back up. It's a lesson. And
then when you do get back up and fight and have the balls to just, go for it, man, all of a sudden I step back and I look at myself. I said, man, you know what? You are my most greatest hero.
Right. Because without yourself, sometimes you ain't got nothing.
You don't have nothing. Yeah.
I learned that a long time ago too. Like, wow.
Yeah.
If I would, because I'm my biggest supporter, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. In order and to find your biggest supporter And to find your biggest supporter, you have to be alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It teaches you a lot to be alone. It really does.
Yeah. Yes.
It teaches you a lot.
It does.
Teaches you a lot because you go through all these processes of they don't like me and they don't want to be around. Fuck them then.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, you know what? None of that matters, and
Exactly.
it never matters.
Right.
It never matter what they think because they flawed. They got their flaws. They're going through their problems. They all kind of fucked up shit.
Right.
It's like, why the fuck?
Going through that emotional to you. That's why I'm saying I don't think a lot of people are emotionally mature enough because of that. They around people all the time. You got to get away. You got to, you know what I'm saying, be by yourself. Their own thoughts sometimes. Like,
yeah, they don't have time to form their own thoughts because they're responding or reacting to what someone else said or did in their environment.
Right.
Yeah. Or they're attached to something, or or get caught up in some calls or something, family calls. We got to go do this. We can't let them get away with this or whatever.
Listen, bro, I swear that's one thing I'm glad because I'm kind of like, well, I am the black sheep of my family, so called.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they don't fuck with me. I originally I did want to have a relationship with my family, but they really don't want to fuck with me. It's like the energy. It ain't that necessarily they don't want to fuck with me. It just that's the energy. That's the energy that we get on. So,
well,
and I've never pushed the issue on it. I used to when I was a kid, but I stopped pushing the issue on it because I was like, well, I don't want to push the issue on something if they don't. Yeah, I'm the type of person like, especially and with women mostly, it's like you don't like me, ain't shit. Fuck it, I move on. I'm gonna chase your ass. Like, you feel me? That's how I am with women. Like, that's why a lot of these women because they like the dude that's going to press the issue and show them appreciation and all that stuff. And I will show you as soon as you let me know that you're attracted to me. Yeah.
First, I'm gonna let you know that unless you bringing something to the table that I can't, you ain't the prize.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and that's the thing about it. A lot of these women, all they have is their ability to attract a man. That's really all they have.
That's it.
They don't have a character. They're not really that smart. And come on now.
They're just another pretty face, and they're just a dime a dozen. They're really cheap. Man, dime a dozen.
It's not only just a dime a dozen. It's the fact that most women are being. That's like one of their liberations now to be promiscuous.
Mm-hmm. Well,
that's one of their liberation. They're even though that they want to just be promiscuous anyway. They just trying to attach it to we're being liberated and we be promiscuous. And I don't have a problem with the sisters be promiscuous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because their sex drive, their shit goes way like that, and our shit do this. So sexually, they're far more superior, so they can take on more sex partners and all kind of shit. Just dish that shit out. Keep that pussy clean.
Therein lies the problem, though.
Yeah.
What happens is you not only have all of those, because if you're not like who those professional hoes, which really are witches, they know how to handle all those different spirits they attach themselves to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got it.
Mind you, that's one of the oldest professions on the planet. You know that.
Yeah,
and it's a sacred duty. It's not necessarily every woman can do it.
No.
I mean, it's most of them. What happens is a hoe is literally a holy position. That's a holy position. You know what I'm saying? They are tapped in on levels where most are not. So, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? People want to just do it because they want to be sexually promiscuous, but it's a higher spiritual duty to that.
I mean, it's sometimes, you know, it's good to be promiscuous and be a hoe and fucking explore sexually.
Yeah.
I went through that. Shit. I remember, man, I fucked every bitch off of Craigslist when I lived in San Jose. Every fucking hoe.
Right.
Shit. Man, I had the money. I said, shit, man, you go in there and they showing you everything. Okay.
No, I'm not saying nothing against it. I'm just saying you got to know how to handle it. It's like an energy that comes with it. Like,
Yeah,
you gotta
it
know how to
is.
handle
Let me tell you something. It was getting to me like having sex with all these different women. It's like, you know, hey man, that's somebody's sister, that's somebody's mother, and they got feelings, I got feelings and shit, and we just, you know, just doing this shit casually, but it's more to it than just that. You know, there's feelings connected to this, emotions, all kind of
I mean,
energy.
but that's exactly why people numb themselves in that respect, because they know that when you having sex, it's going to be some people just can numb that, where they can have sex with multiple sexual partners and have no emotional connection.
No, see, I can't. No, see,
Seemingly, no. Don't get me wrong. All of them still going to have it. They just know how to numb it. They know how to basically avoid it, repress it, and everything. That can be dangerous too, though.
see me. It's the opposite. I can make love. I'll be making love to a bitch, and be falling in love with her, and then you know we'll have our thing, and then I'll go do another one, and shit. I'll be feeling like, you know, I'm making love to a woman. I mean, you know, it's just you know, letting all that fantasy shit out, enjoying having, you know, reaching that fucking spiritual peak with just a stranger, just making that connection and shit. That's how, you know, people be making those love childs and shit.
Right,
That's how the price.
both of y'all have to be on that frequency.
Yep.
Like sexual frequency. It's a sexual frequency that you can
That
actually.
frequency.
What happens is, if you're not, what happens is, to me, I feel like I said, that energy needs to be utilized, and that's some of the most potent energy of the universe. If you having sexual, if you're doing a powerful sex ritual, right, with it, where you're both vibrating on it, where we're going to both visualize a certain thing that we want to manifest, while we're soon as we get to the peak of
orgasm.
Orgasm. When you get to that peak of orgasm, both of us have that vision, and that will bring. That's the most potent energy in the universe.
And plus, during the time of orgasm, you're pulling the energy up to the pineal gland instead of, and you're having the orgasm up here and not down here in the root chakra. Because people have their orgasms in the root chakra, and when they conceive kids, guess what do they have? Root chakra kids. Guess what they call root chakra kids? Baby kids.
Listen,
bad.
You supposed to see a lot of men have a male chauvinist approach to sex and stuff, where they don't care about pleasing the woman, but that's the mission.
Yeah,
that's the only purpose, not to get your nut. No, like his brother said, you're supposed to withhold your nut as much as possible in order to what happens
the lady.
is what
the
happens
lady
is
always comes first.
She's supposed to, yes.
Never come before the lady.
Yes.
Never, ever come before the lady.
Always have to please the woman. That's the whole purpose. It's not
Always
to get your nut. Like I'm just telling these youngsters out here that they just want to get a nut. No.
No, you should be trying to give her as many nuts as you possibly can. And if the more nuts you give her, then again, no, don't do that, because if you do, you're going to have problems because you're never going to get rid of her.
I mean, at the end of the day, you when she gets to the point where she's obsessed with it, if she can't get it from you, she's gonna get it from somewhere else. So.
Yeah, she'll go get it from somewhere else. But then again,
now you didn't, you know what I'm saying, introduced her to that level of pleasure, so he's going to.
Well, if you do that to a woman, it better be the woman that you love and that you're going to marry and be with. Right. That you want, that this is the one. Okay, but if it's just a random chick, you just experimenting, you're going to have problems. But then again, if it's just a random chick and you do that and then you deny her and she go get it from someone else, she did you a favor.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's one thing. That's one thing that the pimp mentality have given me. Right, it hasn't numbed my emotion like most so-called pimps think. That's what pimping is, like numb your emotion. No, what happens is you transcend lower vibrational emotions, and you see them for what they are. You dissipate that energy within the body so that you can use that energy, not allow that energy to use you.
Yeah, exactly. You use it as.
I wrote a song called "Thank You for Breaking My Heart" when I was young. You know what I'm saying? I said I was like, "Thank you for breaking my heart. What don't kill me only makes me better. Now my pimp game's off the chart."
Yeah, because you broke my heart.
Exactly. And I'm thanking her. I'm like, thank you. I'm glad you did that. Even though I feel I needed to feel that. I needed to feel that. You know what I'm saying?
Bring you back to reality, letting you see how cheap these hoes can be. Or people can be. People can be cheap. Cheap. Petty.
I will use the word petty.
Yeah,
people
but
really
I call it pissing.
They really are unconcerned about anything except fulfilling their own lower self desires.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as a result, they're going to step on as many people as possible to accomplish it. And what I run into is a lot of people who don't want to be hurt, so they hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. And one way not to be hurt is not to be real. Because if you're not real, can't hurt what's not real, can you?
Yeah. You can play this numb game like, oh, I don't feel nothing, and you really do. But the people who play, it's all reverse. If you trying to play like you numb to shit, you actually extra sensitive, so you got to play like you numb.
Yeah, well, see it.
You feel me?
People can't do that with me because I know how to bring that. I know how to bring your human side out. I know how to fucking touch people to where they're either gonna kill me, they want to kill me, want to beat me down because I revealed something, and they can't help but react to it. They don't know how to respond. They can only react.
The thing that really gets to me, that really irks me with people, is when they're disingenuous unnecessarily. Like Like you don't even have to be disingenuous right here. You were disingenuous. Why? So you can keep up appearances. I see through you, and I have already accepted that you are weak. Like the fuck.
Yeah,
That you
I
don't even have
accept
to.
you
You don't
for
need.
who you are.
Either I already, you know what I'm saying? They don't even realize that I've seen through you already,
Yeah,
and I've already accepted you as who you are. So you don't have to put on appearances no more. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Hmm.
So you free to be who you are around me.
Yeah,
And I'm not gonna judge.
yeah. I'm just gonna be prepared for you.
That is prepared, being aware of who they already actually are. Because really, it's really when
Well,
you
prepared to respond back to them accordingly, because sometimes people, when you know that they're the way they are, they do things. And they kind of put stuff out there, and you have to be able to know how to do the mental kung fu
mental
with them.
conflict,
Yeah.
right? These people are basically element. When it comes to mental kung fu,
Hmm.
they had never been in a dojo.
They've been a what?
When it comes to mental kung fu, most of these people ain't never been in a dojo.
Oh, ever been in the dojo?
Right? I introduced that word. Dojo is where
Yeah, I
they
remember.
actually that's the place where they do karate at. It's called a
Oh,
dojo.
yeah, where you tap into this another part of yourself that you
Well,
never really.
karate. When you look at the essence of the real karate, actually means empty hands.
Mm.
Right. So it's a form of self defense that utilizes the body defenses. You know what I'm saying? Your ability to defend yourself with only hands,
Hmm.
arms, legs. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is very spiritual science. It is not a
Hmm.
physical science. Karate is 85% spiritual and like 10 to
15%
15% physical.
physical.
Yes.
No, okay. I can relate to that. Like when I was in business, they used to tell us this is 90% mental and 10% physical.
Right. I mean, as we explain mostly on this show, is that physical reality is an illusion, a figment of our minds,
Yeah.
a construct
Yeah.
of our collective consciousness.
It's only 5% of what's really there. And the other 95% is that dark matter and dark energy.
Man, when I first realized that, man, I wanted to slap somebody, man. I ain't gonna lie.
You want to
When I
slap
first
somebody?
realized that, I was like, man, somebody been lying. 90 only this only represents 10% of reality. Well, some people say 5. Some people say, some scientists say 5. Some people scientists say 10.
Shit,
Like,
some people say 1%. Some people even say 1%.
I think it is 1. I think
Yeah.
it's 1% of
Yeah. Some
actual
people say
reality.
1%.
Right, right.
And
So
and
that
it's
just shows you
99% mental and
that just
spiritual.
but that just shows you that self mastery is a must, because if you under the impression that physical reality is the end all be all and it's really only 1%, how lower
Ooh.
vibrational on your development you on? Come
Oh,
on, man.
you in the grand scheme of things, you look like a little tiny microscopic midget
Right,
trying to
right, right.
flex up to eternity.
Right. Flex up to eternity.
Yeah.
Right.
It's some just blow you away. Like you nuts.
Because I have been emotionally concerned about humanity, right? That's kind of holding me back. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, and let me tell you something.
My emotional concern of humanity is what's holding me back. I'm concerned that all this stuff is really insignificant on a grand scheme of things. It's really insignificant.
I have no concern. I have no concern for humanity. Every time when I hear about calamity and losses, I don't cry.
Right.
I say this is just another sign that this shit is almost over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'll be going back to the universe within.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Where I came from.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes in the show, bro. So
okay. Yeah. So. I mean, right
words?
now.
Any last words?
No. I think that's pretty much it. I think we set a mouthful for the night.
Right. I'll be literally watching these shows too. So
yeah,
I'll go back because I'll be wanting to fine tune what I'm saying for the next show.
Actually, something told me if I really want to be able to break it down, just go back and listen to all the shows that we've done, and I've said, and I probably said everything in those shows that I need to have said to know what I need to know.
Right, because what happens is we not mindful of it when we're saying it. A lot of times it's just flowing. It's like we tapped in and it's flowing, and we're not cataloging it. We're like this is a catalog of it, I guess. I mean, we are recording it now, so
it's recorded now. Yeah, we can go back and listen to it and say, "Damn."
Like I said, a lot of stuff we just be tapped in on so many higher levels that it's like gotta record it in order to catch it sometimes. Like, I know a lot of times I done been in ciphers that I wish it was recorded because I was saying some high power stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, check out my show later on. I'm doing a show at 10:30. Primordial Rhythm Radio.
Okay.
Tune in.
The Primal Beats.
Yeah. The Primal Rhythm.
Primal Rhythm. Oh, not the beats, but the rhythm. Primordial Rhythm.
Yeah, the beat is the rhythm. The rhythm is the beat. So same thing.
Same thing. Okay.
Yeah. I think the rhythm is when you have a pattern of the beat. You got to have the pattern. Now you're getting the rhythm.
A pattern of the beat. Oh yeah. Okay.
Listen, go into the cosmology of Funkadelic.
Yes.
Listen to their music because it's very spiritual. Listen to the cosmology, and they really break some stuff down. That's a lot of how I got to the level of understanding that I got just by listening to Parliament Funkadelic.
Yeah, they did say a lot of stuff, especially the three blind mice. They're talking about the pineal, hypothalamus, and pituitary gland.
Right. All right, brother. That's
man.
what we should kind of break. We should break some of those old Funkadelic songs down metaphysically.
Well, I better get caught up on some of that shit. You better YouTube some Funkadelic.
They had they were saying a lot of high power stuff that it just went over people's heads because it seemed silly, but it was science behind it. Metaphysics. It was metaphysics behind it.
Especially that mothership connection shit, man. You just took that shit to a whole nother dimension.
Right.
He brought niggas. Just changed the total consciousness of niggas.
Right. He basically just reintroduced us to our consciousness, who we actually are.
Mm-hmm. Our archetypes.
He reintroduced us to it.
Yeah, him and a lot of others. Yeah.
Right.
But that is over with now. You see how there are no more people like that? They're not allowed in that industry no more.
I swear you right, because I'll be searching. You know, I do the mix show, so I'm searching, digging, trying to find these new artists that are going that deep and stuff. And I find some, but it's like hard to like find a fucking needle in a haystack, man.
Yeah, they're probably way underground somewhere.
So underground that you can't even find them on the grid. Like they off grid and shit. You got to go off grid some type of way and find them.
You gotta go.
It was a website. There used to be a website on they used to have all these artists on them, all these unknown artists. I used to love getting on that website, downloading all these unknown artist shit. It was deep. But, let me get up out of here, man. Let's get up.
Okay,
man.
All right.
Week, man.
Yeah, next week.
Appreciate you again. Appreciate you coming in, brother.
All right. Appreciate you for having me. Thank you. Good night.